has 13 heroes who play by the riverside. The other club has 15, they wear black and gold with pride. Rugby is their passion, winning well their only goal. 40 minutes each way can work wonders for the soul. Monday through till Friday, nothing matters much at all. But on weekends, all we're gonna salute the oval ball.
February, and after a difficult start to the season, Wigan Rugby League are back on winning form and looking forward to the possibility of international competition.
Well, things have picked up now after a shaky start. We look very ordinary early in the season, but we're on a bit of a winning roll now, and things are looking much better.
Well, I'm getting ready to go to Sydney, Australia. We're invited into a World Sevens tournament. I'm taking 10 of the boys and John Money with me. We're actually favourites for the competition, believe it or not. It's a very prestigious tournament that the people in Sydney reckon will be one of the biggest events they've ever shown. Got my passport here somewhere. There it is.
The main concern I've got at the moment as the coach of the team is the fact that we've been nominated for the Sydney Sevens. We've got to go out there. It's a 30-hour plane flight. And then when we get back, it's 30 hours back, and we've got to play Warrington in the Challenge Cup. So, as the coach of the side, I'd probably advise the club not to do it. It's something that it's too big a risk to take. We probably shouldn't go to Sydney, and we should be here concentrating on the Challenge Cup.
Wigan's newest player is Martin Afire, the star winger they've just bought from Widnes for £440,000. But as a result, Dave Myers, also a winger, has been relegated from the first team to the reserve A team.
Playing in the A team, you do not get much money at all. It's £70 tax, which ends up hardly anything, so you've got to subsidise this by working as well.
But there are some compensations. Even though he's lost his first team place, Myers has been picked to play alongside Martin Afire in Australia.
I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully the weather will be pretty good out there. It's supposed to be hot at the moment. Plenty of sand, sea, surf and a bit of sex, hopefully.
We've been preparing for it for 3 weeks. I've promised the Wigan boys that win, lose or draw, I'll take them round Sydney Harbour on a yacht I've arranged to charter. I'm going to give them a beach barbecue, so win, lose or draw, they're going to get some satisfaction from it, but my hope is, of course, that we come back with a trophy and 100,000 Australian dollars. So it's Sydney, here we come. Oh, there's colour and excitement with Australian rugby. They spent $2 million recently flying Tina Turner across from the States to make a special promotional video just to float the game at the beginning of the season.
Sydney Airport.
Are you?
Hi, Jeff. Good to see you again, mate. Yeah, you're the liaison officer.
Welcome.
After a 30-hour flight, the Wigan players were looking forward to some colour and excitement and a fine Australian summer. Instead, it's cool and raining, and only the seabirds are bathing on Bondi Beach.
A severe weather warning remains current for the Sydney area. Heading for a top of 18 degrees in Sydney. Currently outside, showers and 16 degrees.
Coach John Money and several of the team originally come from down under, and the local press is less interested in Wigan's new star Martin Afire than they are in returning Aussies like Gene Miles.
Gene, you got into Sydney this morning fairly early. How do you feel?
Well, at this stage we're a pretty tired mob. But, you know, we've been in the air for over 30 hours, so you know, we're going to have a hit out here today and hopefully put the head down very early tonight.
We need one of the halfbacks to start with.
Taking 10 players halfway round the planet to play seven-a-side rugby for 5 days may well jeopardise their performance in the English Challenge Cup when they return home. Chairman Maurice Lindsay knows his team must win the tournament in Australia in order to justify the risk.
The most important thing that we've got to discuss is what are we going to have at Doyle's tonight in the way of seafood.
Just what my credit card stands up to it. I'm a bit worried. Once you let the Andy Gregory loose, in fact, I'm not worried so much about Greg as that G. Miles. He's back in his native land and he's smelling all those prawns and oysters. I'm just a bit worried we might go skint on the first day.
The Wigan players arrive at the evening reception launching the World Seven-a-Side tournament. Some of the teams, like the Fijians, are wearing national costume. The Wigan players aren't. Despite jet lag and any pre-tournament nerves, the bachelors in the Wigan squad are keen to circulate and socialise.
I should like to just take this opportunity of expressing my personal gratitude and thanks to the English Rugby League and the Wigan Club and its chairman, Maurice Lindsay. I think we're all aware of what the situation over in England is at the present time with Wigan's position in the Challenge Cup. So on behalf of everybody connected with this tournament, Maurice, I'd be appreciative if you would take back to your people our heartfelt thanks and particularly our gratification for you being a man of your word and keeping your commitment and promise to this game. Thank you very much.
Day one of the tournament, and on their way to the stadium, Wigan are not surrounded by supporters.
Well favoured to take out the inaugural miss at World Sevens all the way from the north of England. Please welcome English champions, Wigan.
The teams in the tournament are segregated into 8 groups. Only the top team in each group will go through to the quarter-finals. The matches are only 7 minutes each way, so any mistake could be vital to Wigan's chances of winning the cup.
Hard work, that's all it's going to be. Fucking loads and loads of hard work.
So it's 40 minutes, let's go for broke, yeah?
You can't play tactics, can you? And me say, get a message out to such and such that, you know, he's got to come off. You know when you're just blowing out, so you're got to be the one that's got to get across quickly when there's a break and we can get somebody else on.
In their opening match, Wigan play an Australian team, the Cronulla Sharks.
Underway, Cronulla drive the ball down nice and deep.
Big test, Darryl, as to how well you're going to chase kicks, not only the ones that you put in play, but the opposition. You've got to have a good work rate to play this game. As Offia, straight up the middle.
Mark Offia has just stepped around two. The man they call the best finisher of the game, still going Offia. He's got to pull two. He might go all the way, Mark Offia.
Keen to justify his transfer fee, Martin Afire opens the scoring in style. But halfway through the match, the Sharks lead Wigan by 6 points to 4. The Sharks go even further ahead, and Wigan fight back. The Sharks score again.
Edwards now tries to have Dino on his side. Now he unloads it. Dino goes down. He'll get there too. Just caught him. What about this for a pressure kick?
With 2 minutes to go, the Sharks are in the lead, and this is Wigan's last chance to equalise.
There it goes. There's the angle. Oh, sir! Yes, sir! What about that for a kick from Fado Monica? The former All Black. 16 apiece.
First scorer in this extra time will win the football game.
Great cool, boys.
Edwards trying to link up with Bodiger.
Take your time, bots.
This time they've got a bit of space out wide. Miles gets a great ball out for Martin Dermott. Now Martin Offia. Here he goes to the side. With just seconds to go. Oh, final score: Wigan 20 defeating Cronulla 16.
Got to make him look pretty, mate.
Oh, God, that's Roy the Rover stuff, that, you know, just, you dream about it and read about it, you know. You're down, you score a try, he has to kick the goal from the fucking corner flag.
I bet the organisers are happy now, though, don't you? Draw in the first game, big finish.
Great stuff for the boys, big effort. One more game tomorrow, and then we're in the money.
The weather shows no sign of improvement, and the boat trip and beach barbecue have, not surprisingly, been cancelled. So, in the absence of sun, sea, sand and sex, Dave Myers and some of the other Wigan players go sightseeing.
Oh, my God. This is why we come to Australia. These women here. Look at these things. It's all you want. That works in Wigan. It doesn't work in Australia. Is there any good shops around here? Because it's terrible.
Hi, so these have not worked.
Doshy over there is really good.
We're trying to dress it him.
I just got my ears pierced, same.
Oh, my God. You just got ears pierced?
And they're all red. Zoom in, zoom in. Hey. Mum's watching Faye. Hi, Mum. Hi, Dad. Bye. No. Okay, see you later tomorrow. Bye. Thank you,
You get arrested for that.
You get arrested for that?
Young girls. Are we going to have a look in the shop then? Should we go for a drink, maybe? A little drink? Drink a pop? A massage parlour? Let's go to a massage parlour. There's not been many women here at the moment. We didn't have much time anyway. I'm not bothered. It's crap here. Honest to God, rubbish. The weather's crap. It's not stopped raining since we've been here. Oh, absolutely. I mean, proper rain as well, not just piddling down. Really giving it. Yeah, not yet, anyway. We went out tonight. We just were in the hotel and then we went to some bar not too far away.
I suppose my name it's easy for them to sort of make headlines out of that, isn't it? Well, I suppose it's always nice to get good press rather than bad press. But I suppose you've got to take, the good with the bad and sort of just take them with a pinch of salt, because obviously, headlines don't, tend to suggest how well you played, really. They just like to sell papers, really.
So, I'm not going to stay on too long anyway, because it's going to hammer me bill. I don't want to waste my money. So what I'll do, I'll give you a ring after the game. We've got a game tomorrow morning, so I'll phone you sometime tomorrow and get in touch with you. Yeah, how's my dog anyway? Is he all right? Good. Make sure you keep feeding him anyway. All right, mate, so I'll ring you up tomorrow. See you later now.
Back at the stadium, Wigan enter their second match against the Gold Coast full of confidence.
Now it comes along the back line now, a chance of fake it, spread it, Gold Coast now. Jason Twist, yes. You just killed the movement in one go. They're still going through Terry Cook. Can he fire it? He doesn't have to. Jason Twist in for number 2. Well, they had the points and 6s and 7s spread all across the field.
Wigan's confidence, it seems, was misplaced. They can do nothing to stop their opponents scoring try after try.
Is he having a big day? That's number 3. 3 in a row.
Come on, you can do it. 1 minute to go. Come on.
Trying it down, the crowd counting down now. So the English champions defeated Cronulla last night, go down to the Gold Coast, 16 points to 10.
Destroyed by the Gold Coast team, Wigan are almost certainly out of the competition. It's beginning to look as if Maurice Lindsay's gamble is not going to pay off.
-2 so a -2. It's going to be very hard to win it then, because
Cronulla's got to beat Gold Coast by what?
They'd have to beat them by 1 point, which can't happen. We can't get in the quarterfinals. No.
We didn't play very well, particularly. Missed a couple of tackles and they capitalised quite well. They played quite well.
1 minute you're alive, and next minute we're going to play. Well, it looks like we're going to play off in the second division tomorrow. Where yesterday we retained our favouritism. Now we're probably 100 to 1.
It's disappointing, but I'm certainly not devastated, because it's a hard thing to come all the way over here and win a competition like this.
It is dreadfully disappointing when you fly from the other side of the world to play 7 minutes each way and run the risk of being knocked out of the major finals, you hope for better, and in that respect, the whole team's devastated, and they're just terribly sad that it looks as though they won't be given an opportunity to show everyone how good they are.
The weather is getting even worse, but through a happy application of the tournament rules, Wigan are through to the final stage.
At the end of the day, we all won one game, and Wigan ended up scoring the most tries in their 2 games, so the rules stated that we proceeded through to the quarterfinals. We resigned ourselves to the fact that we'd be probably playing at Russia or Papua New Guinea or America or somebody, but now we're going to be still in there, you know, with the big guns firing out.
We're leaving at 12:30. The ground is going to be wet out there, and there's going to be a lot of water on it, a lot of wind. So we probably need to blast a kick off as hard as we can. Leno was talking to the rugby union coach, the guy that coaches Australia Rugby Union. He said he'd watched the highlights and he felt we didn't kick the ball enough in that game yesterday. But we played really poorly, didn't we? Yeah. We've copped a bit of a bagging in the press today, saying we're a typical Pommy side and can't tackle. You know, Morris is pissed off, he's gone. And then the other thing was that they said, oh, Penrith's got the easy draw again because they're playing Wigan. So we've got to make sure that we put up a better show than we did yesterday, because it was very poor performance.
The final day of the tournament. The quarterfinals, the semi-finals and the finals will all be played today in appalling conditions. Wigan must now win all 3 matches to repair their reputation, take home the trophy and justify the risk they took in coming here at all.
Wigan this afternoon in their traditional cherry and white jerseys here to do battle against Penrith, and of course Penrith went to Wigan, played them in Liverpool, got their backside smacked. This is probably an opportunity for some sort of revenge for them, although sevens football, to my mind, is like kissing your mother-in-law. There's the start of play.
Yes, and a long kick down, taken on the far side. Out the Martin, the fire, flying down there. Dennis McKay coming across from it, a fire too fast. Oh, Lyons is going to get to him now. Just too quick, and he scores for Wigan. A good try.
Wow, Chariots of fire. Martin off here, Martin of fire. Call him what you will. Up goes the left arm in triumph. He scored plenty of tries here before. He scored the first try in the Nissan Sevens last Friday night, and what an excitement machine. We haven't seen the little tubby milk bottle yet. Andy Gregory, he's on the sideline. The milk bottle with chunky legs. Chunky beef he is.
9 metres out from the Penrith goal line. Dermott coming into the dummy half position. G. Miles is there. Dermott goes on his own. He's beat them all. Soft stuff from the Panthers.
He's off here with a chance again, and away he goes.
Yes, he's been fronted by Carl McNamara. See you later, Robert. There's Martin of fire going downfield, and he's going to score underneath the post for the Cherry players.
This is a romp in the rain for Wigan.
A good pass out now. It goes to Walker. He has a look back inside. The ball will be cocked up. Feather didn't want to dive on it, but he's grabbed hold of the shirt of Andy Gregory and put him down. The referee's caught him. He's pinched him.
But Andy hasn't changed. He's shaking his head at the referee's decision and pointing.
He's telling the referee what to do.
Yeah, well, that's nothing different. Cheeky little halfback, one of the great players of rugby league, one of the great survivors.
I love him.
You love him?
He's a great mate of mine.
He's what?
I've sung in Marseille with him. On a bar.
On a bar in Marseille you've sung with him.
Yes,
well, you'd have to go to England to find him, mate. You've got none here. Kick downfield by Alexander. The opening try for Penrith in this game, but it's long gone for them, and Wigan will cruise into the semi-finals of the World Cup Sevens.
Andy Gregory sights the hole. They've gone over again, the cherry pickers. You can't stop them.
That's great rugby league. Andy Gregory, that's Wigan keeping the ball alive, looking down at Morris Lindsay, their manager. They're all smiles, the Wigan boys, but there's full time. 22 points to 8 in favour of Wigan.
Well, we're in the semis. In the semis. Restored a bit of credibility to our side.
Despite getting through to the semi-finals, the English visitors still, it seems, fail to impress the locals.
They want pommy weather over here, and that's what they've got. So they might go all right today now. Great.
Wigan, they suck.
Where's Wigan?
Trained on pork pies and beer.
Wigan there, bunch of pommies, mate.
The semi-finals. Wigan versus one of the top Australian sides, Manly.
Kicked ahead by O'Fire. He'll regather and probably score. He does.
Yeah, you will, but mate, it's almost half time.
Half-time score, 8 points to 0 in favour of Wigan. We'll be back in...
Open up.
Yeah,
you got it, yeah. Okay, good.
Arlo goes in for Manly. 8 points to 4 now. The Eagles coming back. Back for Stokes. Now
In the second half, Manly stage a brave comeback.
he'll score. A sensational try.
15 seconds remaining. If he gets this, it's all over.
Stokes. It's away wide of the upright. Extra time for the right to go through to the final. This could be it. It's gone out for Dennis Betts. He gets it over the line. Wigan have gone to the final.
After the match, the team have an hour to regain their composure, and for rivals Martin Afire and Dave Myers to sort out their differences.
You've been here all weekend. You've not fuck all.
Just cut that bit out, don't put it in, because put this bit in now. Butt him dead hard in the face.
It's nice to be in the final. It's only some decent money.
Let's go back champions.
Nice to stick it up them bastards as well.
Damp, dancing girls and a mediocre military band try to warm up the depleted crowd for the final match. In the final match of the tournament, Wigan's opponents will be the Brisbane Broncos.
The Broncos take the field now for their battle with the English champions Wigan, led down the tunnel by Dean Bell. And the man behind him, Martin O'Fire, has scored 6 tries in the tournament so far. O'Fire gets out of a couple inside the quarter. That's his 7th try for the tournament. The line is only 8 metres away, 3 metres away. Lega gets the first try for the Broncos.
The kick successful. 6 points to 4. The Brisbane side now lead.
Away now for O'Fire. Down the sideline. Shut the gate. Chariot is going in again. 8th try of the tournament.
Come on, you Wigan boys.
O'Fire stretching out now over the halfway. Beats the last line of defence. And Martin O'Fire goes in for his 3rd try in the cup final. Betts steaming down the sideline.
Martin Afire, it seems, has taken it upon himself to win the tournament for Wigan almost single-handed.
Well, it wouldn't be anyone else, would it?
Hancock is there for Brisbane. Away from the tackle.
Oh dear.
And so Hancock on a lengthy run down towards halfway, but Dean Bell makes the tackle.
Come on, where's the hooter?
So, 3 to go. Joe? 0.
Congratulations, John.
Let me now call upon the captain of Wigan, Dean Bell, to accept the Nissan World 7 Cup and the winner's cheque.
The $100,000 cheque is a happy first repayment of Martin Afaya's transfer fee.
It's my great pleasure to announce that the man of the series is Martin Afaya of the Wigan Club.
I'd just like to thank the sponsors and all the rest of the Wigan players because they put up a big effort and I think they really deserve their win. I might have scored the tries, but people like Dave Myers had to put the effort in, do my tackling and everything else. Big rap to Dave.
Well done. We want Joe! We want Joe! We want Joe! We want Joe! We want Joe as a leader, 'cause he's big and fucking daft.
Morris, business class? Come on, Morris, come on. Come on to first class.
Oh, by the way, I've got an announcement for you. It's training Tuesday at Wigan, 6:30.
Back in Wigan after their Australian triumph, Martin Afaya and the rest of the first team have just 3 days to prepare for the next round of the English Rugby League Challenge Cup. And despite his efforts in Australia, Dave Myers has not been selected to play.
Since I got back from Australia, it's been now I've not been included in the Wigan side, and I thought that my career at Wigan looks like it's on the slippery slope, so I put a transfer request in.
David's just put himself on the transfer list, which is, personally, that's very disappointing to me because, you know, I spoke to him before we went to Sydney and asked him to keep his head down for the rest of the season, work hard, and I'd look after him and probably give him a start in all games when there was a back injured, as long as he did the right thing when we got back and you know, and behaved himself. So on a personal note, it's disappointing.
It's no concern of the Wigan directors about your personal feelings and things like that. All it is a business making money at the end of the day to them. But as to the players, it's you live in, it's you love the game, you play rugby league the game. If I did come to move, I think I'd try and play to the best of my ability and hopefully score a few tries against Wigan and show them what they got rid of. And hopefully, you know, stick it up them, as we'd like to say.
You know, it's not the first time that he spat the dummy out, and to use the good Australian expression, he